in 7 people in Canada can identify as having a disability, yet many businesses are inaccessible to this population. But Sean Crum from Universal Access is hoping to change that and make all environments accessible to everyone. Good morning to you, Sean.
Good morning.
Can we start with your personal story? First, tell us, how did you end up in a wheelchair? What happened?
It was a simple diving accident. Ran into a lake, dolphin dove in, and broke my neck.
Wow. And how old were you when this happened?
19.
19. You're 31 now.
Yeah, 13 years ago.
So clearly that is a life-changing event.
Yes.
You were even lucky to survive.
I was, yeah.
Wow. So what happened to you after that? What did life look like for you, and what did you notice in our communities?
It took a while recovering for a bit. Went back to school for a while, to university to get my mathematics degree. And then from there, saw that there was a need in the community for accessibility, started doing some subcontracting work for another business in regard to accessibility, and noticed that the need still wasn't quite being met.
Right.
So then decided to start Universal Access, which, you know, was very community-centric and focused on making sure that the people who need this information could get it and know that businesses are accessible and where those businesses are located.
Right. Tell me a little bit from your experience specifically. What is it like for someone in a wheelchair, for example, to go into a place that may not be accessible? What does that feel like? What do you run into?
Embarrassing. It's hard. Yeah. You know, it's hard to be in a community and, you know, feel welcome when places aren't accessible. And, you know, even if you call ahead and possibly there's, you know, they tell you you're accessible, just to show up and find out that they aren't is discouraging.
Oh, that's so disappointing.
Yeah.
And uncomfortable, as you mentioned.
Very.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
you're just trying to go out for dinner with friends, for example, and then all of a sudden there's this giant production you were telling me just to get you to the table.
Yeah, exactly. You have to interrupt other people's meals, or you have to, you know, find a way to get to the best seating possible. And it's, you know, you already feel like you're the sore thumb, and this just kind of amplifies it a little
yeah,
more. Yeah,
absolutely. We even were discussing things like just simply needing to use the washroom.
Right.
That can be a giant production as well.
Yeah, simple things are always overlooked, so I think that there needs to be an expert in that area to help businesses understand the things that they need to do in order to truly allow for everybody to enjoy their environment.
Absolutely, and this is where Universal Access comes in.
That's where we shine.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So what we do is we go in and we audit certain spaces. Once the audit's complete, we give the owner a list of our recommendations based on accessibility, and then certify the space as an accessible location. Once we certify it, we market it out to different associations, which will allow their members to know that this place exists.
Oh, that's great.
And then allow them to then, you know, patronize this space.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. What are you finding from business owners? Are they worried about this? Are they concerned?
Very receptive. I think at first it's the upfront cost that's a little nerve-wracking, but with certain grants that are in place and different, you know, availabilities, you know, I think it's become a little more welcomed.
Absolutely. What's your hope then for communities and for everyone when it comes to accessibility?
I think just everybody having the equal opportunity to experience the community as anybody else and feel confident about being out in the community rather than being isolated or, you know, felt like they need to stay at home to feel comfortable.
Absolutely, because we all know that when you're staying at home and you're isolated, that's not good for anything, whether it be your physical or mental health, right?
Absolutely not. And you know, suicide rates are about 3 times higher for people with disabilities because of that exact reason.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go. So making everybody able to get out there and enjoy their entire community.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Tell us about your event that you've got coming up.
So we've just certified, not certified, but we worked with an event called Econo Us. It's the first event we've done, so it's a little different because we can't make permanent solutions to these spaces because it's not the business owners but the event themselves. It's temporary solutions for the event, but we were able to make it accessible and open to anybody willing to or wanting to come and enjoy it.
Wonderful. Sean, thank you so much for enlightening us a little bit on this issue.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
That's so great. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
All right.